Well, this kinda sucks. Hey guys, so today isn't the best of days. Well, considering I lost a lot of money on CS, I mean, who wouldn't be? But today I just wanted to talk about it, as well as why I chose to even do the deal and what people should be careful of when doing any form of Steam trading, or any forms really. So this all started maybe around 3 to 4 p.m. and this guy messages me about wanting to do a trade. Considering that I was interested in buying a knife, I agreed to do it. The thing is, he was willing to trade overpriced for it. And I'm not just talking about like $5 overprice. No, I'm talking about like $150. And I also like the look of the knife, so I thought, why not get it? At the time, my inventory was about $700 to $800 worth of CS items. Most of it was because many CS capsules went up in price, and a little bit of trading. And prior, I have had many people try to scam me, but I mostly knew they were scams as they didn't really text or notify me. So as we started talking, I did some research on his account, and when looking at it, the guy's account was only like 3-4 months old. He was from Hong Kong, and for some reason his inventory was private. First of all, with little experience, I already knew that this was already fishy. And if you're a trader that had a private inventory, this was already pretty red flaggy. And he had this professional look on top, so it just made zero sense. But I think the reason that I wanted to do this agreement was that I wanted a knife. If you wanted to buy a knife, I just recommend going on TradeGG or CS Money, which I did after, but I'll talk about it later in the video. The person then asks me to go and add him on Discord. Now mind you, every bit of this in my head was confused in every sort of sense. But my wanting for a knife kinda just let it slide, sort of like when I accidentally slid the N-word with my friends. So I added him on Discord, and then he decides to do a voice call. The first thing he does when we make a voice call is tell me that his mic doesn't work. Well, as we do the process which he wanted me to convert my items to Rust or TF2 items because he wanted to have no trade lock, he immediately begins to talk, which makes no sense because he just told me that he wasn't able to talk. Now I didn't really notice that till writing of this, but I feel like I just got hosed by the worst scammer. He then begins to deal with me and I tell him to set up the trade. But for some reason he goes on to tell me that the items I'm trading won't work and that he wanted them to be converted to Rust or TF2 items. For some reason I accepted, and to be honest, either this guy's the worst scammer I've seen or that I'm the most autistic person for even accepting this trade. Which mind you, this talk went for almost like an hour. Anyways, I thought, the CSGO trade ban is kind of annoying, so I will convert my items since I'll still be making a profit, which then I began to convert them to Rust items. Specifically, I traded like a lot of good skins, ones that were going up in price and I knew were going up in price, which I would have kept, but instead I did the trade for 2 plate carrier blacks and an 88-cent mask on Traded. This trade was worth way less since I knew that my skins had really good stickers on it, might have made them like $5-10 more, and I mean, the only reason why I did it was just for the knife, like I would have done it. So I did that. Then after we go to Bitskins because he needed to check the items. So this process was already becoming way too long. And like I was getting tired and just annoyed by this guy. And throughout this process he randomly kept adding items to the trade, which I don't know if he was stupid or something, but I mean I still took it. So we begin to verify the skins on Bitskin. And then for some reason this bot begins to tell me that I needed to withdraw 20 keys in order to get my skins out. My Rust skin specifically. I didn't have any skins, and this guy said to convert even more items to get the keys. And then I kept going, like I didn't know what was happening. I just followed his orders. It was like I was being sucked and controlled by this guy, and I just, let him have full consent. So I did the conversion with my other weapons and capsules. And once that happened, I asked the bot what I had to do to withdraw my guns and Bitskin. And then for some reason the bot tells me I have to give up my capsules, all my capsules and all my keys. So for some reason it just clicked, like Adam Sandler's click. It took me like a loss of $230 with the skin because I knew it wasn't gonna come back. To know that this was a scam, and I immediately just left the guy, blocked him on Discord and Steam. I took a pic of his Discord and Steam, and I'm just gonna put this information for anybody who's doing trades because I don't want anybody to get scammed. He didn't have Steam rep problems on his account before, but just don't be fooled by that. He got levels like up to 150, but since there's a Steam sale that gave levels for some reason, that was already like pretty normal, I think. And just like the privating of his inventory while being a trader is a really big obvious reason not to trade, but I was kind of stupid and desperate for, I guess, a knife. I did get a knife after, so I went to trade at GG and picked up this knife that you're seeing in this video, and I think it looks very nice. I do enjoy it. Now, even though I did get scammed, for some reason I had this like good feeling with it. For some reason the scam kind of invigorated me to make my videos better, improve them, and just learn how to compensate for my loss. I kind of had this idea that like I spent money on a course, but instead of spending money on courses I just got scammed, and this kind of connection forced me to have this idea that yeah, maybe, you know, it isn't all bad. $240 course and mentality, you know, kind of felt worth it. So, you know, don't be too gloomy if you do get scammed. Just think of it as a learning, just think of it as something that you learn and that, you know, maybe makes your mentality better, because the most important thing is that you do learn something from this and don't get scammed again. Now, besides the fact that I did get scammed, there was something pretty gloomy and suspicious, and that this scammer was able to get a bot from Bitskins. Now, I don't know if Bitskins had gotten hacked or they have some like prestigious role for this person and he was able to exploit it, but I just want to say that there's no way that I didn't notice that it was a fake bot. So I'm just gonna say that, I don't know, Bitskins might not be a good place to trade, but don't mind me on that. Just don't trade with this guy. Just don't trade with this guy specifically. To end off the story, I just wanted to say, if you're going to trade skins, do it with what Steam gives you and simplify it. Trading in Steam is the safest way to not lose in a trade, and you can see like everything that's going on with Steam, as well as if you're going to trade with third-party sites, you know, that's pretty safe as well. At any point, if you convert or lose items just because you do a trade, is something that's a red flag. And if at any point where the person tells you that you need to convert items to trade, you should be careful with that, as that could be just like a red flag to not trade. I don't want to go further with this. If you enjoyed this little talk and warning, maybe a like, comment, or sub would help. And if you got nothing to comment, maybe tell me whether you've been scammed or been in a fishy situation. Alright, I'm gonna cry my losses while learning DaVinci Resolve, the editing software I use, and I hope you guys learned something from this, because I did.